Hello there, world of YouTube. It is your girl SwimmstaGal coming at you guys with a very exciting video. Coming out to play today is going to be my ink notebook. We're going to be doing an ink diaries video today, and for those of you guys that are new to the channel, my ink diaries video is just a video where we're focusing on one ink and we're going to swatch it on different paper types, and we're going to just have a discussion in regards to it. For those of you guys that may have seen one of my most recent unboxings, I did mention I was waiting for a little package, and the package just arrived. And that's going to be the Esterbrook and TheCoffeeMonsterzCo ink collaboration. It is named Forgotten Iced Coffee. And oh my god, the packaging is just so cute. Like, look at the little emojis. This is a really nice touch as well. I'm trying to break in or fix something. I think this is a really cute packaging. Let me go ahead and zoom y'all in so we can get a better look at it. As you guys can see, it tells you what it's made of. You get 30 milliliters altogether. Esterbrook 30%, TheCoffeeMonsterzCo 30%, coffee grounds 15%, Arctic ice cubes for 10%, oat milk for 9%, and unknown sparkles for 6%. This ink is not safe for consumption. I really like that they included the disclaimer because you just never know. But the packaging itself is really cute. The ink bottle itself has like a really nice classy finish to it. It has a nice like thick feeling frosted glass. You get a satin finish on the top, and you do get the Esterbrook and TheCoffeeMonsterzCo sticker in the front with the Forgotten Iced Coffee name, your little emoji holding the pen, and the coffee in question. Now we're gonna go ahead and open this bad boy up, and we're gonna get a cotton swab, which I have right here. And I usually swatch on 3 paper types. The 3 paper types that I swatch on are a Leuchtturm, the regular Tomoe River paper. I believe this particular notebook is 52 GSM, and Archer and Olive. So we're gonna go ahead and open this bad boy up. The stamp is from Yoseka. The stuff that I can link, I'll have them linked down below for you guys. I know this ink, from what I've seen, is like sold out like pretty much everywhere for now. They are planning more restocks, so definitely keep an eye out for those. We're gonna go ahead and start off by swatching into the ink bottle itself. And it's really interesting. It's going down. Oops, it would make a lot more sense if you guys can see. In person, it's going down with a green tint, which is very, very interesting. We're going to go ahead and swatch on the Leuchtturm paper next. The Leuchtturm paper does have more of a like cream colored finish, and I find that sometimes it really helps like the color of the ink pop. As you guys can see, especially on camera, it kind of like cancels out some of the green, and it's coming out like more of a tan color. The little metal section you guys see here is going to be the Tomoe River paper. That is the same swatch as right there. And then the Archer and Olive paper is like a true white. So let me see if I can get you guys focused. And then we're going to go ahead and swatch. We're going to give these swatches some time to dry. I'll go ahead and do that on camera. It'll just be sped up for you guys, and I'll see about how long it takes. Alright, the phone was kind of a fail because it's kind of picking up very much so gray, which these are not. You do get, I would say, like, you know, paper to camera. The Leuchtturm is probably pulling the truest to what I'm seeing here in person. And as you can see, like, the Leuchtturm, I'm pretty sure it's the cream color that's really, really helping, like, push forward the tints of brown in here. Up here, surprisingly, it dried more gray. I know it's coming off, like, more like a brown, like almost kind of like a violet brown. Like I can kind of see it's like a little bit more like a purple tinge brown on camera, but this one, no, this one has still very much so that green base that I mentioned in the beginning. Here you do get a slight, it's kind of like a gray brown that I'm seeing, which is really interesting. We're gonna go ahead and do a writing sample. I'm gonna use the little blotting card that also came with the collection just to kind of prevent it. So I'm gonna do my best so that you guys can still see. Pen itself writes really smooth. I have a medium nib in mine. Kind of regret not getting like a fine, because then I could have had it ground into a mini stub. I've really been loving the mini stub. But luckily the Esterbrook nibs are interchangeable. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same. We're gonna let this dry out. It's really kind of like interesting, right? Because when I did the swatches, because of like the cotton ball, they went onto the paper a little bit less saturated than what went down when I used a medium nibbed pen. Like on the swatch here, you do get that same like little tinge of green, but it's more obvious that it has that brown in there. I don't know if that makes sense, but this is like a really interesting ink. We're gonna let this dry and then we'll be back. All right, we're back. And I don't know, maybe I'm losing it, but I feel like these actually got browner on the page. So maybe aside from it being dried here, maybe there's like a color shift. But this is what the writing sample looks like. And the writing sample is actually very, like, what you're seeing on camera is what I'm seeing in person. Which is really interesting. That's like really interesting. Now where you do see like the darker areas where like more ink kind of pulled in, you do kind of get kind of like that, like the greenish gray tinge to it. But the brown is a little bit more obvious in the concentrated writing sample than it is in this area that's spread out. One thing that I will note that was really interesting, and I don't know, I didn't point it out when we first looked at these, was that the Archer and Olive paper picked up a lot on, like, I guess we would call them like pigment spots, where as you guys can see them on camera, you have like a lot of like dotting. It's not as smooth as the Leuchtturm, where the color went on nice and even, and as well as on the Tomoe River paper. So this probably kind of shows me that it would more than likely feather on the Archer and Olive paper, or it might even actually kind of like bleed through a little bit, just because the paper's kind of just like, you know, pulling into the color per se. Overall, would I say that this color is what I expected it to be? I don't think so, because I've seen on the swatches it kind of pulled more brown, but I don't know if it's, or maybe it is. Let me come back after I do some research. Let me see. Alright guys, so I'm back, and upon further research, I think it's gonna be the lighting. So some lighting I saw in natural daylight, some of it I saw like, you know, with like the flash and stuff like that. So I think that really varies. I'm right now using like a studio light, which could be affecting why it's pulling like a certain way. Like I said before, the writing sample is probably going to be the truest color sample you're going to get. This is actually like pretty much what it looks like on the paper. If I had to tell you what notebooks I would recommend you using it on, it would definitely be like the Leuchtturm or a Tomoe River paper notebook. The Archer and Olive, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, does have like a little bit of spots where the pigment kind of seems to have settled into the paper, which kind of tells me that one, potentially it could feather, or two, you're not gonna get like that even like writing style, or like as you guys can see here, there is some like slight shading where the color kind of pulls in a little bit more. You probably will not see that effect here, just because I feel like the paper is pretty much just kind of like sucking the color in. Overall, I do like this ink. I may purchase one more just because it is a limited edition run, so that means once I run out, I run out. Granted, am I gonna run out of ink? Who knows? It's just kind of like the safety barrier, you know, that we like to have. Other than that, please comment down below what ink you guys would like to see next. Let me know what you guys think of this lovely ink yourselves. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys would like to see more. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!